Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today zombie bunnies are invading the space, so I have an order to finish, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. And for a part of it, I'm not gonna be able to look at the screen because I'm gonna have to look at the pattern. But I'm not ignoring the chat or anything, I just won't be able to look at it for a while when I'm making the ears. Let me put my links below before I get started on this whole thing. It's missing an eye, so I have to sew that on. I got new buttons. For some reason, this one was like fallen down, which I don't know why it did that, but it was not where it's supposed to be. Okay, that. Anyway, come on, I said there. The thing I hate about these is the holes are too small for my needles to pass through. Hold on, it didn't work. We're gonna remove it and start again. And see, I delete it and it works when I delete it. That's fun. Alright, I would really appreciate you checking out my links because this is promising to be like last month. I'm not making any money, so if you want to help out with that, I'm really trying to get money for rent. I didn't even buy food yet this month. I bought like $5 worth of food so far, and that's the only thing I got. So all the rest of the money I'm making will be directly used for rent and nothing else. So that's the thing. I also need some things for orders, but right now I can't afford that, so I'm not buying it. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? I have to see the thing the person ordered, but I can't see it on my phone. I hate when it does that. Like on Etsy, you can't see what a person orders. Like it just shows the generic um, image. It doesn't show the color in it or anything like that. It just shows like the first picture of the listing. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I have to find a red thread. And I'm gonna have to force it through because it's not gonna work. Okay. I hate when it does that. And like I was saying, I don't understand why they don't make the holes bigger. Because you try to weave that through and it doesn't work. We're gonna use a piece of yarn. I'm gonna have to go wash my hands again. I don't have yarn that is long enough to do this. I'm gonna have to cut more. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna have to force a piece through a small needle. Um, we're trying to figure out how to do this right now. My hands are sticky. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm here again. How's everybody? How are you doing? Tell me what you've been up to. Is everyone making anything fun? Um, like I said before, I'm not gonna be able to look at the chat now, but please feel free to still interact. I have to look at the pattern, otherwise, I can't make this. But I'm still here. A while ago, a friend of mine ordered this to help with bills, but it didn't end up helping because Etsy took all the fees. Sometimes when you have a balance on Etsy, you can't make profit because of that. So that's what happened. But now I'm just finishing this because I have to move on to other orders as well. I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm trying to find the thing to push the yarn through, but it's hard to find it. And now I need to find a needle that will fit this. It's not an easy task because these are all like super small needles with a tiny eye. So whatever I use will like squish the yarn and break. But also I kind of have to do that because like I said, these eyes don't fit yarn needles through them. If anyone knows of a needle that has a large enough eye to fit through that but also fit the yarn, feel free to tell me because I've not found any. See, that's what it does every time. It breaks the thing instead of working. And now I don't have a thing to weave the yarn through anymore. So I apologize for my frustration, but this is a difficult part to deal with. Yeah, I don't have one anymore. I have like cheap ones in the other room, but like I said, it doesn't do much. Like it doesn't fit the yarn through. And I can't do this with floss because it has to show through. It has to appear as though it's the same color as the plushie, otherwise it doesn't look good. So that's why I'm doing this with yarn. Literally, it looks really ugly if you do this with thread, so I don't have any needle that fits this, though. Please let me know how you're doing, people. I don't want to be talking to myself here. I know that a lot of people have been criticizing me for that. A lot of people don't enjoy my channel because of this, I've been told. So feel free to say hello and tell me what you're up to. So yeah, any of these big ones are too big to fit through there. And like, the smallest I have would be this. Okay. Oh, okay, this one, yeah, no, it gets caught at the end here. If you pull hard enough, it does kind of fit through. We're gonna try to do this without breaking the needle. And the other hard part is the designer doesn't say where to put it. When you make a pattern, you have to say which round to put this through, but it doesn't say how far apart, and it doesn't say where to put the button. It only says where to put the eye, and like it looks slower on mine than it looks on the pattern, and like I think she miscounted or something. Because like she says put it in the 15th to 16th row, but on hers it's higher than this. So I think if I put it here, maybe it would work. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna try this. See, it doesn't work because the yarn slips through. I also don't have floss that matches this yarn good enough for it to look nice. Because what I have is like either DMC or some random cheap floss. You know what it is? It's like, okay, this doesn't work. I'm gonna have to do that again. But yeah, the random cheap floss is sure as heck not gonna match yarn. And the DMC has a red that is slightly warmer and one that is slightly cooler, but both of them are too different from this. Because this is a tomato red from a cheap acrylic, and it just like it doesn't work well with anything I have. That's something you have to deal with sometimes when you work with cheaper materials. Because in the fabric world, like yeah, for sure across brands it is always hard to match things, but um you know fabric dye has standards, and like they have certain pigments in it and things like that. But there's uh like even if your things are slightly different, the pigment used are the same throughout, you know so at the end it matches somewhere. But the cheap stuff sometimes also has cheaper dyes, or is not as maybe not as color fast, although most of the time if you get like polyester thread or something, it's pretty color fast. But yeah, I just found that it's difficult to match, um, especially if it uses higher end brands and things like that. That it matters if it's dyed correctly, it shouldn't bleed. But like acrylic yarn is not usually gonna bleed. I've not had that happen because it needs a highly chemical dye most of the time. Because uh, it's really hard to dye acrylic. Okay. See, now I managed to get that stupid needle through. It doesn't want to come anywhere near here. It okay. It's stuck now. Now it is stuck for good. But let me. Okay, everyone's gone now. So that's what I'm saying. People are finding my lives boring because I talk to myself, but then no one talks to me. So I don't know how to engage with people anymore. I don't know how to make my channel interesting. I guess people aren't interested in colors of yarn, which it's fine, but like, talk to me and I'll have a more interesting subject, please. I don't know what to say anymore at that point. People are just not interested in my content, and when I try to talk about something they find interesting, then people are gone. So I don't know, guys. At the beginning, I was talking about things that interested me, but I got told that it was like boring or something like that, and people wanted me to just talk about yarn. And I still talk about mental health sometimes, but um, like I was saying, like people were telling me that it was difficult to watch and uninteresting and things. So I tried to lower that content um to not like overwhelm anyone. But yeah, I just don't really know what to make anymore, I'll be honest with you. Okay, and now I have to put the legs on. If someone is spamming me? Oh, okay, no, it's just a notification. I'm mad because I'm testing on somewhere, and there it's an email group, and people, instead of replying to the group email, they're messaging the whole group separately on another conversation, because they kind of like, they don't know how it works, so they're like constantly messaging through another thread. So my inbox is full, and I'm thinking of opting out, to be honest, because it's getting a little much. Like, I was thinking, okay, it's no big deal. Even if I'll have like a new email every 5 seconds, when you do group emails, it's all under the same thing, right? It's all under the same label. And yet then you just read the conversation, but everyone is replying to different things, and I'm just like, do you not know how email works? Goodness, it's annoying. It's just that, like, as an autistic person, sometimes it's hard because things like that can be very messy, you know. It's not that I'm saying anything bad about the person, but it's just, well, people, but it's just that it's a lot, like, to have all these messages all at once. And like, I can't remove them because I'm part of a testing conversation, so I have to like be aware of everything that is said, and like keep the things in mind, in case I want to make notes myself. I will have to go back and check everything, you know, because that is how it works. Sorry, yeah, but yeah, when you test, um you have to give your notes to the designer. But the thing is, also, it's not like polite to say the same thing as someone just said 5 seconds ago. Like if you have a note, like try to not see the exact same thing in the exact same word, because it's kind of seen as you're piling on to someone. Like imagine someone told you, hey, you made a typo there, and you're like, all right, taking notes, I'm fixing it. And 5 seconds later, you've not had the time to do this, obviously, because you have a day and you have things to do. And then after that, 5 seconds after, another tester, hey, you have a typo there, fix it, fix it, fix it. And then another one says the same thing. So that's why when you make notes, you try to read, well, I do this anyway, but you try to read through what other people are saying and either consolidating it if you have an opinion that fits that, or just go with things that haven't already been said. It's just, it's a lot sometimes for designers. Yeah, I don't know how the heck she puts her legs through round 4 to 10, but this doesn't fit. It goes through 9, and it's, well, I guess I'll try to stretch it out then, but I guess, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stretch it out to the 10th row. Uh, yeah, it looks squished. I'm not sure about this. I'm just like trying to make this look inconspicuous. Inconspicuous. Yeah. Just, okay, no, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, I'm not trying to be rude about the notes things. I'm just trying to be considerate of designers, because I know that it's a lot, because I have made testing phases before for my own patterns. And so I know that, like, sometimes people will talk to you as if you've not done anything, like as if you've disregarded their comment that they made 5 seconds ago, or that you've not gone through yet because you've not had time to fix everything yet. And they'll talk to you like you're ignoring them. And it's just like, chill, give me 5 seconds. I'll get to your comments. People give you like so many things to think over and to check and to do, and it's like you can't get to everything right away. People are so demanding of your attention, and which I understand. Like, you're testing a pattern, you want the designer to answer your question, and that's normal. But yeah, it's just a lot sometimes, because people were like it's like managing a daycare sometimes, I guess. I'm saying this the most polite way I can think of. But I feel like there's just some kind of barrier when you're a person who creates between you and the public thinks you're this most sacred thing that is, like, not even human. You're like above everything else, so like you should be able to answer demands at a moment's notice. Like, sometimes people in that context, if they're doing something for you, something, they feel like you're at their entire disposition. So yeah, it's overwhelming. I'm not saying this in a mean way. I've had fantastic testers. I'm just saying that it's a lot, and you feel like you're in like in the eye of, the focus is on you is what I'm trying to say. But you've not got the chance to do anything, It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. And if, for example, let's say you were working on a film and um the producers were like, "Oh, you have to finish this by the 10th, but you're the ninth, and you're on schedule on everything, but they just decided that they need everything sooner." And like they're blaming you for not working fast enough, and they're blaming you for every little thing that goes wrong. That's what it feels like, That's exactly what it feels like. Not that I've produced anything or worked on a film. Well, I've done a short film in college for a class, but other than that, no. But I hope it makes sense what I'm trying to say. It's just it's a lot. I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry, but yeah. And for example, let's say most people who do tester calls usually have the pattern finished before doing the tester call, but I find that it's more efficient to leave some parts undone until you've got the chance to talk it over with testers, because then they can give their perspective and what works best once the pattern is seen. And so you don't have to remake the same thing 20 times. And I also leave the photos for that part. So I put the photos after once I've had at least a little bit of feedback, because you want to show them in a way people will understand. So yeah, personally I do this. It's something I do. But some testers will get angry at me while they have been notified that the photos aren't there yet. And they'll tell you like, you should put photos, it would be more helpful. If you had photos, I would have understood, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I stress this quite a lot when I do tests. I I say I do not have the photos yet. I'm taking them currently, or I'm waiting to have this thing done that I need feedback for before putting the photos. But if you're having trouble, contact me one on one, and I will walk you through the parts that you don't understand. And I tell them this, and I'm very, very clear about the fact that I'm there to answer their concerns and questions if there's something that's not clear enough, but I don't have the photos because I cannot do it before. It's just the way I write my patterns and I do things. For example, I'll take it because, for example, on Ribbler you can only have one picture per instruction. It's not like you're doing a PDF. So on Ribbler, if I do a tester call, I don't put the photos in yet. For example, if you need a close up on something because like it's a bit hard to see in a regular photo, I don't want to have to take 20 different photos. I'll take the one that is more efficient. So I like to like ask people, before. So yeah, that's just an example, but there are other situations in which things like that can occur. But yeah, another tip if you're going to hold a tester call, Um, and it's a thing in general. Teachers are very aware of this. People don't read instructions. They don't. They do not. They don't check instructions. They will contact you and say, "I didn't understand this. That wasn't the instructions you just give them. You just gave them." As a general rule, people don't read instructions, and they'll do what they think was the instruction, and then some of them will check, and some of them will go, "Hey, that wasn't clear. I had to check the instructions to make this. I had to read all the way through to make this." And when you write a crochet pattern, like a lot of designers like to write on it, please read through entire thing before starting, just so you know every detail. But like, not everyone does this. But here's the thing: sometimes you have to read through all, because you'll have a thing like, it's not telling you to chain and turn not every row, but every row. Anyway, sorry, I'm having trouble speaking, but because the paragraph is long enough already, so sometimes you skip little things like that to help you. But you'll have a note at the very beginning that tells you chain and turn at the end of every row, right? Just like to make sure the person does it. But to know this, you would have to read through everything, you know? So yeah, you would have to read through everything, and then you'd realize, oh, I had to turn and chain. And that's why when you test a pattern, or when you work on anything at all, you have to check. You have to check. Okay, I'm sewing on the little bunny tail right now. I'm having to make the ears differently, so I think I'm gonna have to write the pattern for them. The person wanted striped ears, which for that I have to make like color changes, because they didn't want fully striped ears, only the inside of it, which will be like the back, because they'll be flipped back. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about this now. But I won't do this on camera. But yeah, it was just to say that sometimes testing process can be a little bit hard. Um, I'm not saying this in a mean way at all. I know that's how I come across to people who might like not really understand my vibe, but I'm just really trying to be realistic about it. Some people like to go like, oh, it's no big deal. Oh, I'm giving my testers plenty of time, and things like that. And some of them are genuinely nice, but I've seen people just plainly shitting on designers who have deadlines and things like that. Like saying things like, people have a life, they don't owe you a deadline, blah 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 blah, you know. But I just think it's up to every person, depending on their needs. Their It's like, if you need a pattern ready by a certain date because you're doing a release, it's gonna be helpful to have a deadline. You know, that's just the thing. So I think it's just up to every designer to figure out what they want to do. But yeah, I've seen people go like, why blah blah blah, why are they mad that people didn't meet their deadline? It was unrealistic to expect people to finish by a due date. But all of this is said in the tester call. You know, it's just a thing. You don't apply if it doesn't fit for you, and we'll understand. It's fine. But if it's specified, it's there for a reason. So we're not like trying to be mean. It's just we have a work schedule too, you know, and we struggle with it too. We have other things in our life too that keep us from doing things sometimes and that we have to deal with. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not superhuman just because we design crochet pieces or knitting pieces or things like that. We're still very much trying to figure it out, just like you are too. And so that's why I wanna make it more expected that some things that don't necessarily make sense to certain people, I want it to be a given that when there's a rule in a crochet test or something like that, that it's not there to punish you, and it's not there to restrict you. It's not there to make you, to pressure you. It's there because the person needs it by a certain date. That's really all it is. Like, for example, if I make a pattern for Easter, I want it to be released by Easter, so my due date is gonna be a little bit before, just so I have the time to finish that and make the adjustments and publicize it. And I want people to buy it before because they're gonna want to make it for Easter. So everything in my tester code will be set specifically for that date, you know. But yeah, that's how it works. That's why we have due dates and things. We're genuinely not trying to be mean. But yeah, I've started doing this thing where I don't fight people anymore. I just let them go if they're gonna criticize that, especially when I've made it clear. Because yeah, I have had a lot of problems with it. Um, and people say like you were not clear, but that's one of the things I do like on Ribbler, although this platform is starting to have a lot of problematic things like charging for search options and things like that. Now it's like that on Ribbler, but But that's one thing I like. On the tester calls, you have like all the specifics, all the things that you might need to know, you know. Okay, black thread. Need black thread. I'm gonna use this one. But all the things are there, all the specifications, all the expectations. I just think it is very simple to use, to work with. I like tester calls on Riddler. I don't like tester calls on Instagram. People are all over the place on Instagram. It's hard to get a hold of on some people. Well, on Riddler too, because I did just not reply to you. But yeah. And you have a way to remove the testers on Riddler. You can just like remove them if they're not replying or not doing if they're not like respecting the deadline or something. So yeah, it's pretty cool platform, if I do say so myself. I didn't make it. I don't know why I'm saying that, but okay. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to do the little X's on the head. I think you could have done it better. Okay. This then. Okay. This seems to be okay. I don't want to put too many of them because I want this to look neat. Yeah. Kind of trying to make them different sizes. Okay. And different, like, at different spots. I'm sorry if it's not really making too much sense to you as a viewer. I'm just making little X's on the forehead right now. These are like stitches. Okay, and I need one to be above the eye too. And then after, oh, I want it to be lower. Maybe more like this. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Hmm. What do I... Okay. I want it to be a little bit lower. And I think if I just go over it like this, it will be good. Yeah. I'm sorry if what I'm saying isn't making much sense. Okay. I don't know what details I'm gonna do on the belly and other parts. No, the belly I know. I'm just gonna do the stitches. I don't think I want a heart there. I'm gonna ask my friend what is the best. Okay. So far, this is what we have. It looks a little bit crazy, which is okay because it's little stitched up bunny. See, sometimes it doesn't work and the needle just slips. Yeah. I think I'll ask my friend before sending it to her if the details are well placed enough. So far we have that. We don't have ears yet because ignore the this and this. I've not weaved them in yet, but yeah. I'm not doing the ears on camera like I explained because she wanted something complex. So I just don't know how good they're gonna look with color changes, so I'm going back and forth between writing a specific pattern for them or just making them like the pattern intends but with color changes. Because color changes look good if you change every row, but what she wants means I'm gonna have to do that in between rows. So I don't know. But it's pretty cute so far. Yeah, right now it looks a bit like a little vampire with face and everything. There. And look how happy it is. It's got little arms that are up. I don't know how to make them look down instead of up, but oh well. I just think so far it's very cute. Hmm. I think I have an idea for the ears. I'll make black ears. I will stitch stripes on them. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Or red ears with black stripes? Hmm, I don't know. But I think it might look good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna do them in red. So I'm thinking of what I wanna do. If I wanna go buy the things I need for my orders now, or if I don't finish those orders and risk having less money and keep the money I already have. So I don't know. Because, yeah, I don't want to be stuck like last month and almost getting evicted. And every time this happens, my landlords are a little bit less happy about that, which is normal. Yeah. I still have a lot of bunnies, um, which are all queer bunnies. except one. I still have the minty unfresh one on my Etsy. It's green and white, well, mint and white, and it's my only one left from Christmas. Not from this year, but a few years ago I did that for Christmas, and it's my only one left. The other ones are all for Pride, which I am gonna try to market that a little bit. I think because it's closed Pride right now. I'm thinking what kind of reels I'll make for them right now. So, hi, if you're watching, please come in chat. Tell me what you've been doing. Is it starting to be really hot where you are? It's been humid over here. The humidity is like bone piercing right now. So, that's been going on. I felt a lot of gender dysphoria yesterday because it was Mother's Day and people were like handing out flowers to perceived females. And it's difficult when you're a person with breasts who is not a woman because everyone is like, oh, and I'm cleared from COVID right now. So I'm doing better and everything, and all my tests are negative. But yeah, and yesterday at the restaurant, a woman told me something so gross. I was like, oh, oh. And she was like, oh, I wasn't trying to offend you. Yeah, I'm not gonna do what you said, lady. It was disgusting. So, she asks me if she offers me a flower. So far, so good. And so I look at her, I'm like, oh, no. And then she says, oh, you two are still practicing. I looked at her like she was a freaking psycho, because obviously I was eating with my dad. My dad, who is in his 60s. And she said, oh, you're still practicing then? No, not with him. And I'm not practicing, certainly not to be a mother. Anyway, she was gross, gross, gross. And I'm like, oh no, that's all right, ma'am, that's all right. But deep inside, I wanted to, ugh, disgusting, ugh. But yeah, that was gross. Still practicing. You don't say stuff like that to customers in a restaurant. Well, you don't say stuff like that to anyone, anywhere, period. But to tell that to someone eating out with their dad. I get that it's Mother's Day. It's weird to see someone out with their dad and everything, but he was coming by. He was not gonna not come just because it's Mother's Day. That would have been stupid. And he was driving home anyway to my stepmom. No, he was going away because I think she's still in Quebec City. But yeah. But yeah, I was grossed out by this. And like, tell me that's not gross. Still practicing. But yeah, she thought I was effing my dad. Ugh, I get that it's not clear to take your child out on Mother's Day, but what if I had been a work colleague or something? Like, do you really have to generalize and say gross things to your customers? That's my main problem with it. Is do you really have to say the gross sexual stuff? It would have been fine to have been like, "Oh, you're not a mom yet. Got it." It would have been fine. The still practicing deserves a slap across the face and a note to the manager. I'm obviously not effing this man. Oh my goodness, lady. Just don't be blinded by the fact that it's Mother's Day. Anyway, I'm sorry I know that I'm complaining, but it was very clear that this was not a anyway. It was just not okay to say that. I just wish people wouldn't say things like that in general. Even if I was with my lover and even if I was like with my partner on that day, I would not have enjoyed being told you're still practicing. And it's nobody's business if you're gonna be a mom or if you want to be a parent at all. So I guess like people tell you, well, stop complaining. It's a compliment. See it as a compliment. Blah blah blah. No, I don't see it as a compliment if a stranger tells me to keep effing. I'm sorry. But at least the food was really good and we had a cute server, so that was fun. Yeah. And he was super nice too. And I got my chicken strips that I wanted, so I'm satisfied with that at least. So what I'm gonna do is since my friend wanted floppy ears, I'm just gonna make more rounds of single crochet until they're like super long and floppy. And then I'm gonna sew them so they fall to the sides or to the back, just in a cute bunny fashion, you know. So I just decided to like I think if I make six more rounds, it might be okay, or more, maybe like 10. I'll measure through and see. I measure once I'm done with the 6 to see if that's enough, I guess. So yeah. I have confidence in this project. I think it's gonna be easier to just add the stripes later. Like just with backstitch, so that way I can measure the edge of the ear and not go past. Instead of doing an awkward color change that would just go, I don't know, I think it would be better that way. And I think I'm gonna do more rows after that too, after the last decrease. Yeah, just so like the base is fairly obvious. Because the last round of the original pattern has it like super narrow, just so it does a cute bunny ear effect, like so you can fold it, you can pinch it and fold it, and have it look like an inside of a bunny ear. I'm just gonna sew them on more open to get that floppy look. So it's gonna be alright, I think. Okay, I think I'm gonna go 16 and 22. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Okay, now I have to do the thing anyway. The decreases, the more decreases. So yeah, like having a super narrow base on the bunny ear is gonna shape it. So I think I have like 5. Whoa, I did something wrong here. Uh, I'll just do it like they want. So I have to do 1, then 2, 1, then 2. 1, Then 2. 1. Oh, it worked. Good. Okay, and now I just will do my, more rounds. Yeah. Maybe 5 will be enough. It's starting to be a little floppy. I want it to be more than that. Yeah, it's giving a very pinched look at the end. It's gonna look a little bit like dog ears, not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna place them before stitching them though, like with before embroidering them. I think that is starting to be pretty long. It's not quite floppy yet, I think. Yeah. I think it's missing a little bit of floppiness to it. So I'm gonna say like 25 then. We're gonna try that. And this is a part you don't stuff because you want it to be floppy. Um, yeah, I think this is good. Okay, I think, uh, yeah. I think that is going to be satisfying. I don't even think I want to be like, stitching like the things together. I don't know, because the original pattern does that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. If it might not maybe add to the floppiness of it, I don't know. We're gonna see if it helps. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, this looks good. I'm gonna pin that in place. I want it to be exactly there. This looks cute. Let me just show you real quick. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is going to be stitched here. Woo! Don't move. Okay. You can roll. Okay. There. I think I'm alright with this ear. Okay, so after that, like I was saying, the only thing that will be left is excuse me, putting the stripes on. I just think it will look better if I put them on after. That's essentially the whole thing. Right now it's off balance, so it keeps flopping over. Because the ear is super heavy. Yeah. So I decided 24 rounds is pretty much the the amount the amount that I'm going to make. Boo. Okay, so I have to finish this plushie today. I don't have an excuse not to. It's just one plushie. But then do I start the next one or do I work on my test? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm like a little bit I'm zoning out a little bit. I'm just like very focused on this. I'm liking this plushie so far. I hope my friend will too. Hmm. I also said that I wanted to make bright striped snake, didn't I? Yeah. Might do that. I don't know. If you want a bunny, I still have some in my Etsy, by the way. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do a reel to put forward my queer bunnies that I still have in my shop. Well, actually, let me just finish a few more rows, and I will show that, and I will show you that. and after that I will probably go on and make all the reels and things I need to do and finish this. Because this right now is a lot to do, a lot of repetitiveness, and like it doesn't take you a lot of time. It's just a crocheted ear, but also yeah, I kind of want to take a break. I did most of it last night after coming back from the restaurant and from the yeah. I went with my dad yesterday, so we went to eat together and went to a store, and yeah, that's basically it. And someone gave me a rose, and I went like, I will give that to my stepmom, please, Dad. Uh, yeah, it was a little bit awkward. Being given roses on Mother's Day is like, when you're a mom, it's super sweet, but also it still had spikes on it. It still had thorns. It still had thorns, and I was like, ouch. There was one placed exactly where you would normally hold it, like very close to the base of the rose, and that was just like, mind you, I don't know how to hold a rose. I've never been. Well, I've been gifted roses at Valentine's Day by one of my ex-boyfriends, but it was a pretty toxic relationship and all. And that Valentine's date that we had, it turned out um, critically horrible. Like it went horribly bad, and so it's not a memory that I hold very dear. I didn't keep the roses, and I don't talk to the guy anymore. He's blocked from social media. So yeah, mind you, I was not better than he was. We were both young and stupid and did mistakes that were not good for our relationship. But yeah, like I knew the guy was not good for me even before, but my friend was forcing me to date him. Basically, not she didn't had like a gun to my head or anything. Not that, but she manipulated me to date him. And she would say things like, nobody's ever gonna want you, so you better settle for the guy that wants you, and things like that. So, like, she played with my head until I agreed to go on a date with him. And then she bugged me like no one else would be with you, blah, blah, blah. She was not cool. She was not cool. She made me date him just because her boyfriend was friends with him, and he would annoy him with, "Oh, I'm single, nobody wants me," kind of deal. He's one of those whiny guys. And I was made out to be the bad guy because I had a lot of trauma and things, but the guy was not better than I was. He would invite me over for the weekend, and he would game all day, and when I wanted to go out and do something, he was like, you keep spending, you're so irresponsible, blah blah blah. Yes, I'm bored spending the whole day with you not doing a thing. And he was like, well, do something then, game or do something. Yeah, you're on the game, and I don't want to play your game. I'm not good at those games. I don't enjoy it. I want to go out. I want to walk. I want to do something. So yeah, it was not a good relationship all over, like all across, all things considered. No part of it was good. And yeah, I never really liked him anyway. And I don't think he really liked me either. He was not attracted to me. But yeah, I think he was with me because he figured no one else would date him. Same as my friend was telling me. So I think like for both of us, it was more. we felt coerced more than anything. Even our first date, it was full of red flags. Like the guy would abandon me for large periods of times to go look at things, shame me for the things I wanted to spend on, say completely false things about things. And he would bring me to MLM parties and try to get me into MLM stuff and things. And he was super gullible about it. It was just a red flag relationship all over for both of us. And of course, at those MLM parties, I'm not like easily swayed by that stuff. I hate MLMs. I'm very firmly anti MLM. So I would challenge the people there, and I would be quite impolite because they were trying to be a little bit forceful about it. And I was like, yeah, dude, you sure you're really making as much money as you claim? Because um, the way MLMs work is there's not enough people in the world to be having the kind of sales you're claiming to be. And like, the people who have like 20,000 people under them make that kind of money. Like you have to have people under you. That's how it works. But at some point, it is doomed to fail because there's only so much people in the world, and not everyone can have as many people under them. There's not enough people if you do the math. So I was kind of challenging the guys there about that, and my boyfriend thought I was super rude for doing that. But yeah, I don't like MLMs. I think it's hella scammy, to be honest with you. But he was all about it, and even his dad like tried to um make him see that it was not good and it was not gonna work and that it was a scam and bound to fail, but he would not listen to any of us about it. So finally, he didn't end up signing up because his dad wouldn't lend him the seed money he needed. Thankfully, thank for that. But yeah, I despise MLMs with a passion. I think it's taking advantage of people in such a nasty way. You see people going into new moms' DMs to tell them, oh, you want to lose weight rapidly, follow this trick and this trick. That's super toxic. Like a person who just pushed a human being out of their body is being told they need to lose weight. Like, stop mom shaming. New moms don't need that BS. They just need to be left alone and learn to love their body again sometimes, because it is hard to have such a drastic change and not have time to process that. And they face a lot of pressure from their partners often to lose the weight quicker, or to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, to accept sexual intercourse quicker and things like that. I see partners who are like, my girlfriend doesn't want to go in bed with me anymore. She just had a baby last month. Like, give her body time to heal. Just leave her alone, dude. Like, yeah, people are all about the sex, and I'm just like, for real, chill. Get a hobby. You'll be fine if you don't F for another month, my guy. I've not done that in like over 5 years, and I'm still alive. I'm doing good. So I understand the need for it. Like, I don't really have that need, but I understand the need for it. I'm horny sometimes too. But like, I don't pressure anyone into doing it. And they also take advantage of people who have cancer and things like that, and to be like, oh, but you need to be doing the money and things. Don't you think a person who has had cancer is probably too tired to DM 50 people every day, like 80 people every day, 100 people every day, 300 people every day? Like, uh, however many people you need to do every day to get like a certain number of sales. Do you really think a person who's just been through that can do that sort of stuff? No, no, they cannot. That's the simple answer. No, they don't have the energy to do that sort of stuff, and it's super predatory. It's a super predatory practice to target people who are vulnerable, and I am against that fully, and I will never condone that sort of stuff. It's one of the reasons I hate Alexa Vega. Great actress, amazing, big fan of Spy Kids. It's a big part of my childhood. She's in Repo the Genetic Opera, by the way. She plays Shiloh. Yeah, for real, she does. Yeah, and but she's an MLM babe, and she uses her social media to like sway people to sign up with her. She uses her fame to make people sign up to her MLM. And I really dislike that about her anyway. Ugh. I just think it's so a bit wacky to go like, oh, you need this in your life. You're gonna make so much money. You're not. Goodness. And super scammy. And a lot of their products are not as good as they claim to be. Some can be really harmful. You know those hair things? Like people are losing their hair over the I don't remember the name of this specific MLM, but a lot of people are like losing hair and burning their scalp over their products. For real they are, and it's nasty, and people from that MLM are like, it's making a miracle on my hair. I'm fine, so your claims are bad, blah blah blah. But there are a lot of people who have that happen. It's not just a small little reaction. Some of their chemicals are not FDA approved. But yeah, like yeah, and there are other things about their revenue you declare and things like how you do your taxes, which some of it is scammy. Some of these companies don't really report everything like they should. So yeah, I just I struggle with the thought of MLMs existing. That's it. And I just think about Alexa. I don't have anything against her as a person. I just hate that she uses her status to enroll people into that and to scam them, and they think they'll be doing like the thing of their life and like become super rich and famous and things and be part of something great. That's what she's selling them. She's selling them they'll be part of something huge and something great, and they feel like they connect with her on that level because of it. You're not connecting with Alexa by doing that, my dears. I don't know if she's still doing it, by the way, but last time I checked, she was. Um, I hope she's come to her senses since then, to be honest with you. But yeah, I lost a lot of respect I had for her when I learned she was using her platforms to sway young people into getting into that stuff, and just about anyone. Just like imagine a person who is super sick and disabled, stuck at home, and they are being told they're wasting their time not doing anything, and they should be doing MLMs because they can just be at home and just like sit and do that from their phone, but it's a lot of energy you have to put into that every day. I just dislike strongly people who try to make people believe they're not doing enough. And if you make only like 15 sales in a day, it's because you're not working enough. It's not because people are wary of the scams and are not um, trusting the products and blah blah blah. No, it's not because your company is scammy. No, it's because you personally are not putting enough effort. You're being lazy, and people are telling you that. People are telling you if your sales aren't high enough, it is your fault. And no, goodness, no, it's not your fault if your MLM scheme is not working. It's the fault of the MLM scheme. It's designed to make you fail. It's designed to favorize um, a few a few people, like a low percentage of people over you, who are over you, making money off of you. That's how it's designed. The top of the pyramid makes all the money. That is how it works. So don't ever think you're lazy or bad because you're not succeeding in an MLM. You're not lazy or bad. But people are like, oh my goodness, people who are in your life and into an MLM, they used to maybe be a friend or something. And then after that, you find out the only reason they're still contacting you is to try to get you to work for them, like to be under them in their little scheme. That's like the worst. I had a cousin, she would invite me into her little sex party group. Well, these are like sex toys thingies. There is a big MLM in Quebec right now. I will not name it because I don't want to be sued or anything. Wait a minute, I have to count. Okay, but yeah, there's a big MLM in Quebec right now. It is a sex toy company, and they even have storefronts and everything. Okay, they have physical stores. Um, But they're an MLM and people do sex parties, sex toy parties, excuse me. I prefer to call them sex parties. It's funnier. But they invite people and they do like demos and things, and you're being like made to sell those toys and to do these little parties. My cousin would invite me. I blocked her, by the way, not because of this, but because she was being a toxic, you know what, and like blaming she still had that MLM mentality last time I talked to her, blaming me because social medias were shutting down and things, and said it's my fault if I lose everything on, for example, Meta, because it's up to me to be on other platforms and advertise my stuff. Bitch, as if I don't do that. You don't know shit about what I'm doing and you act as if I'm complaining and not doing a thing about it. But I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Threads, I'm on TikTok too. I have a blog, I have a this, I have that, I'm on Ribbler, I'm on Ravelry, I'm on Etsy, and I'm on a few other platforms too, but just the ones I named right now, that is a lot already. Anyway, um, just that aside, rant over. Yeah, she was inviting me into our little group every freaking week, and I declined every single time. At that point, that's sexual harassment because uh you're harassing someone to be in a Facebook group about sex toys demonstration. So at that point, that should be considered sexual harassment. Because a person indicating clearly to you that they are not interested in a sexual themed party or a sexual themed event, and you keep inviting them over and over, that is sexual harassment. I'm not even afraid to say it. Like, even if you're not intending to sleep with the person, a person tells you, hey, I'm not interested in that, and they're like, oh, come on, you'll have fun. Oh, you're just too shy. Just like, don't be shy and be okay. It's just for fun, blah, blah, blah. That is sexual harassment. And I'm sorry to everyone who is involved with that brand, and to the thousand podcasts and things that this company sponsors in Quebec. It's a very big sponsor. But all of you are sexually harassing people if you're not leaving them alone after they say no. Like if a person tells you, yeah, okay, no, I don't want to be involved with your MLM, that's one thing. But if a person is like, I don't want to be involved with your sex MLM, that becomes sexual harassment. If you press, if you press, it's, yeah. Because that's another thing. A lot of consent issues are rising up in the anti-MLM movement because it's just like the sex thing. Like there are MLMs about everything else too, about hair product, beauty product, wax melts, nails. You know the color street thing. Yeah, that those are all MLMs. But if a person tells you no, and you continue to push, you give them arguments, you give them your little speech, and you continue until they have to block you for you to stop. That is harassment. Just regular, plain old harassment. And you suck if you do that. You just. A person is desperately trying to get you to understand that they are not interested. You're using them because the only reason you keep pressing is because you want to make that sale. You're hungry for that little ka-ching sound. That's just wrong. That is so wrong. I'm sorry, that's so wrong. I don't think it's okay in any way, shape, or form. And I'm disappointed in people who do it. If you want to be in an MLM, that's okay, that's fine, and I'm not even judging you. Like, just don't pressure people. Just don't do that pressure sales tactics. That's so scammy, and that's sad. It's not, you're not being a boss babe and a powerful person or whatever else you tell yourself, and if you're just harassing people until they give in. There's no merit in that. A person buying from you just to shut you up. Um, if you're having good customers who genuinely are happy with your product, that is great. That is good. But to those of, because some of them do this, okay? Some of them, I'm sure some of the reps are super nice and everything and not pushing anyone, but some of them will just like spam you until you have to absolutely block them, and then after that, yeah, they'll create alt accounts. Some of them create alt accounts to talk to you. Okay, I have all my rounds finished, so now I'm just gonna go across and stitch it closed. But yeah, I'm sorry, I wanted to rant a little bit about MLMs today. I hope that's alright. Like I said, I am not judging anyone who does this and plays fair. Just the people who will not let you breathe and will blame you for everything that goes wrong in their little scheme. Like that's not good practice. No, I do not want to save the changes to that document. Hi. Yeah, I am doing good. It is cloudy today. I think it's gonna rain soon. And I'm about to eat too. I hope you are doing well. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. I was like on my pattern and trying to finish up this ear. I'm gonna sew this on and just take a break and finish the rest later. So I think I'm gonna either eat or do something else. Yeah, oh that's right. I had to show the queer bunnies. Okay. We're just gonna stitch this on, sew this on, or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Don't think you're gonna need more red. I think I'm done with this for now. I'm gonna need to buy more because that's a color I'm gonna need again. most likely. We're gonna take the phone. Oh, okay. I wish I didn't get notified for liking people's replies on threads. For people liking my replies. Because I removed the notifications for that. Okay, it's just from people I follow. That should be fine. Okay, good. Sometimes threads can be a little bit annoying. Oh, that's right. I have to shape it. Maybe if I. No, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm okay. Oh yeah, I am. But okay, this is fine. Gonna cut this. Okay, so this the only thing that's left on this rabbit is to stripe the ears. Let me show you. Just let me shape the ears a little bit. There. Isn't it cute? It's super cute. I think so, at least. Okay, so now I need to get the queer bunnies out. Because I have to do a little bit of advertising. Yeah. I sold one of them. I sold the non-binary bunny. So I should have 5 left. But the thing is, where the heck are they? Okay, I have the queer. They're so cute. Oh, I have the trans. The pen should be somewhere. Oh, I found the arrow. Oh, okay, I found them all. Oh, and I have the minty too, but not gonna worry about this one. So, here we have, it's gonna shape the ears to look a little bit better. These are so small compared. Yeah, it's because I used worsted yarn. But these are silly as heck. Um, this one looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. But I think the goal of that was to make them look a little bit silly too. Oh, here we have the trans one. And I think the face feature are a little bit light, as you can see. Yeah. And I don't know what I did with this one, but the head shape is weird and a little bit like loose. I think I just like probably used a tighter hook. There. This is the gender queer bunny. And we have the aromantic one. I think it's super cute. So yeah, I'm gonna film a little thing. We're gonna start here. Whoops. It closed in the middle. I don't know why. It keeps closing in the middle of the video, but my memory card is not full. Not my memory card. That's for GameCube. I'm sorry. Okay. There you go. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna take like individual photos to add that. Yeah, we're creating. Okay, I'm just gonna like adjust everything. Yes, I know that my video is saved. I don't need you to remind me 20 times. And I've called those guys the Council of Queer Bunnies, by the way, because I thought it was cute. Alright, let's make it real. I will too make a YouTube short, I think. See how well that does too. Hmm, no. I don't want the suggested audio. I want some goth music. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I think this will be the one. Mm. In the quote I put, the Council of Queer Bunnies is meeting up. Mm. There. See all the little ears at the bottom. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's hilarious. Now I have to do all the hashtags. Okay, I have all of them. There we go. We finished this. Now I'm gonna make the same thing on YouTube. I like those little zombie bunnies. I'm just gonna wait for it to upload. Okay, I think it is uploaded now. It's gonna put it to my story too. Right. Uh, it's posting. It's taking its sweet time. There it is. All right, we gotta put that on YouTube too now. Short. But I think I can't put images sadly on YouTube, so I'm just gonna put my usual little Halloween thingy. Oh wait, yes I can. No, I cannot. Okay. Add sound. Gonna put the Halloween watts. Saved. Yeah. Because I like this little music. It's really cute. Okay. I want to edit this. Sorry, I got a little bit of water. So. There you go, I made the little thing. And then I'm gonna upload it now. I don't know if it's gonna F up because I'm streaming at the same time. I think I tried that once. I think it worked. Oh yeah, I missed Don's live earlier because I slept in because there was no bingo today because Matthias is sick, sadly. That's unfortunate. Okay, now it is uploaded. I think it doesn't show up, but it's supposed to be there. Seriously, um, it's not got a little um. It's not got a thumbnail. I forgot. I guess I'll download YouTube Studio. Uh, I don't know how to put a thumbnail on. Okay, now it's got a thumbnail on. Okay, it just took a minute. Alright, then I'll have YouTube Studio, I guess. But oh, I love the little bunnies. I'm gonna post them to threads too. Just because you wanna do all your socials, you know. Yeah, I want to post them to threads. See you. I've been shared and reposted a lot lately on threads, so like taking advantage of that fact to post more stuff. Yeah, but people seem to like my crochet work a lot less than my political stances. I made a thread when I was sick with COVID this time, and it got 1,300, like 1.3K likes, bunch of replies, and a bunch of shares too, like 54 shares. Not shares, but reposts is what they call it. But uh, I got a lot of likes. Sorry. And that all started with the bear thing. I had made one. I deleted it since because I got bullied over it. But I made one about bears, and it got reshared on a massive account. I should probably unblock it now. Because I blocked that account because I was getting too many things. I got bullied too much, basically. Not by that account, but by people who were following it just to like mass report and be little a-holes, you know? How do I unblock an account? It's not as straightforward on Instagram. I say Instagram because, like, all the little things you do from one place to another, it takes you to Instagram to the account center. Okay, now I want to unblock someone. Personal details. No, I just want to unblock an account. God damn it. Okay, you have to do it from Instagram apparently. Oh, and I cannot look. I have to go through each of them individually. I can't just go like bear. Okay, unblock. I found it, thankfully. Okay, I'm gonna refollow them. The bear in the woods. Now I'm feeling better. Oh, that's right. I can't follow it anymore because it got restricted. Okay, the bear in the woods. Now they don't follow me anymore. Because when you block an account, obviously it removes them from their followers. So I'm happy when I do little queer things, little queer plushies, little queer bunnies, just like things like that. It's something I like. Oh yeah, I was talking to my friend. You know these scammers that go on your social media. They reply to something you post and they're like, "How much?" And they're like, they want to buy it, but they don't want to go through your Etsy because they want to scam you, obviously. Like I was discussing that with my friend, and she likes to troll those guys. So I'm like, I want to troll them too sometimes. I just want to go like, yeah, this is $1,000. Just send me some cash or something stupid like that. And that's how you catch them by saying stupid stuff and they still agree. So, sorry. Mm, I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat soon. Be hungry. Okay, I gotta post these to Facebook too, which is where I get the most scammers on my Facebook page. Okay. I gotta do little rainbow hearts. Okay, and I gotta hmm get the little link. No. So on Etsy, you have a little personal link that you post, and then people click on it, and it reduces the percentage that you have to give Etsy, basically. So I usually share that. Let me actually put the link in the YouTube chat too. Like I thought anyone will see it at that point, but there you go. I look so bored with my little phone and everything. I assure you I'm not. I'm just trying to get comfortable. So yeah, I also have one that is not quite clear, but it is minty. And it's called Minty Unfresh. And I still have it. I've not sold it. It's my only Christmas bunny I've not sold for some reason. I'll tell my friend that her bunny is almost done. Alright, friend and notified. It's got a very devilish smile too. The little bunny I made for my friend. And you probably saw because I showed it earlier. Alright, I'm gonna let everyone go and I'm gonna do the stuff I need to do. So, thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I don't know what I should eat. I have some rice left. But I also have a bunch of strawberries because they were 150. No, 170. Anyway, they were as cheap as strawberries go. So when they're that cheap, you have to buy them. It's a rule. I don't make the rules. I eat the strawberries. Oh yeah, I want to show you something. My parents went to Mexico. They got me a souvenir, and look at that. Ooh, it's got water in it. All right, that's pretty cool. This is just a mug, but yeah, it's skull shaped. I'm happy about it. That's the cutest. And now I have it, and it's in my permanent collection. I'm happy about that little guy. It's very cute. Anyway, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I hope you're all having fun. So, bye everyone. Thank you for watching.